Great to be on pole, but yeah, again, we've got to finish the job tomorrow. And but to be honest, I'm happy because yesterday have been a very difficult day, very few laps because of some technical issues on the car. So yeah, I'm happy with today.
I think we've done a pretty solid job. The team did great calls, and yeah, we managed to get an excellent result.
I definitely wasn't expecting to be fighting for the front row and first place, but as soon as I discovered that we were from Q1, Q2, I was like, oh my God, maybe just maybe this is that day. But to miss out by, I think it's half a tenth, right?
Yeah.
I think I was on pole all the way until turn 16, and then the lap went a bit away from me. It's true also that we did the lap fairly early, still with 2 minutes in the clock left, and in these conditions maybe we could have done it a bit later and maximize the track evolution.
It was unbelievable difficult today. A street circuit, changeable conditions. The track keeps damp for forever, you know, in a couple of corners, then 17 standing out. So to switch to dry tires, it was a very brave move from everybody in Q3. Once you commit to that, stop again, it doesn't make sense, so you have to commit to that. And to guess the level of grip each corner, it was very demanding.
When it's like wet, you're on slicks, qualifying Q3, like you got to take risk, but you also don't want to take too much. And it's such a fine line between being in the wall and completing a good lap, you know. So it's so tough, but rewarding at the same time. And today was rewarding, so P6 was very good.
It was definitely a lot of fun. No, it was tricky. It was tricky, you know, arriving. In these conditions at such speed, 300 kph, you don't really know how damp it is, you don't know how wet, where you should brake. There's a lot of instinct and a lot of feeling inside the car, so you got to be very alert, and I must say I really enjoyed these conditions.
Incredibly frustrating, of course, finding out that it was the fuel, basically, we ran out of fuel. But, you know, these things you can track throughout Q3. And of course, they should have let me finish the lap before, where I think we were already on a pole position lap.
Been looking positive all weekend, but not this positive, of course. P9 was a bit more than we could expect, but that's great. I mean, qualifying in Singapore is very important, so super happy we got a good result here.
Not 100%, but based on what performance we had until FP3 wasn't great, so looking doesn't look good. So I think we did well, good recovery.
The grip was fine, but we had a problem with the brakes, and every time I just went into the corner, it was as if I was just going back on the throttle again, and the car was being pushed forward. So this issue just got progressively worse as the session continued.
We were over a second up until turn 16, where it was still a bit wet, and I picked up a front right lock.
I think overall we really felt a big step forwards compared to yesterday. We had a good feeling in FP3, and then for qualifying, unfortunately, it dried out a bit more than I was hoping for.
Well, now we know the result, no. But we tried. It's a shame because I think we could have easily gotten to Q3 with another set of inters. That would have been the safe options.
The track was pretty dry apart from like 3-4 corners, and these 4 corners are very damp. So yeah, unfortunately, I think we had a chance today, but first lap in Q2, we got blocked by the yellow flag of Mick in the wall. And then I got my best lap was second lap in Inters.
It's disappointing, and it is such a difficult track to overtake, so it's never nice to be close to the back. But yeah, today was all about timings in Q1, and we just didn't get it right. I think we were a bit unlucky as well.
Obviously the track dried a bit, but otherwise not really much else. And just in those conditions, especially as the track dried more and more, I could just feel it that we couldn't extract much more lap times.
It was definitely not the session that we hoped for. We had some issues with the brakes on the last lap, and the car pulling to the right and feeling disconnected. So
yeah, it wasn't easy. You know, on a track like this, you need to not slide, especially when the track's drying out and you're on wets. You're going to overheat the tyres very quickly, especially in this temperature. And we don't quite have the grip as everyone else around here.
Yeah, it was very tough out there, but still nonetheless, yeah, quite an exciting lap in the wet.